points. The crowd acknowledge one way or the other. It's in, and it's delightfully struck between those uprights. 2 out of 2, 100% record intact for Gary Kirby. Well held by O'Grady. This O'Grady had to release the ball, and luckily for him, he finds support outside with Alan Purcell, who strikes in a wonderful point by Patrick Swell. An intelligent score as well. Declan O'Grady ran into the spot of bother. Outside was Alan Purcell, and he slotted it coolly and calmly over the crossbar. On this occasion, Declan O'Grady helps his defence and puts Patrick Swell rapidly into attack. Gary Kirby beautifully outside. This is Barry Foley, and as simple as that, Patrick Swell have a score. That came directly for the puck out by Tony Houlihan. Good teamwork by Patrick Swell, and with precision it was slotted over the crossbar yet again. The opening point for Barry Foley. And this is the Barry Foley who's got room from Tony Dunn to strike in what is the equalising point. And so Patrick Swell and Adair, they're on level pegging. We're playing 14 minutes of the opening 30 minutes. It's a crowded goal mouth down to our right. This should drop short. If it goes over, it will be a mighty delivery. Here comes Gary Kirby, and I think the word mighty could be used. It certainly can. Patrick Swell take the lead for the first time in the game. We're into the second quarter. Gary Kirby has been part and parcel of Patrick Swell's remarkable comeback. Butler. Now it's Fitzgibbon, held up by Pa Carey. The shot, and it's high, and it's over. They're level again. 1-4 for Adair, 7 points for Patrick Swell. 11 minutes before half-time. And that's superbly held to the opposite side by Brendan Heffernan, yet to come alive in the match. Now it's with Eamon Fitzgerald, and Declan O'Grady's ahead of him. In towards full forward, who's Shane Fitzgibbon, for once getting the better of Pa Carey. Outside their support from Brian Foley, and Foley shoots, but the whistle has sounded. Advantage, one would have thought, should have been allowed. But now Shane Fitzgibbon, like Gary Kirby, the opposite end, has the chance. I doubt if he'll go for the goal. It would need to be a powerful effort to pass 6 players in the Patrick Swell goal. He's going for the goal. It's stopped by Natal O'Grady, Michael Foley, Tony O'Brien, and now Kieran Carey. I think it would have been wiser to put it over the crossbar. Centre back is John Foley. Centre forward is Nigel Carey. Won by neither, or maybe it is now by Nigel Carey, who strikes it in and opens up a 2-point advantage for the reigning champions Patrick Swell. Mike Alford was lurking near. He seemed to have it covered for Adair. Now it's towards Kevin Carey, brought down and won by Carey. This is Kevin Carey, turns twice to strike it in. And can he open his accounts? He certainly can. Nicely struck as well by the corner forward, Kevin Carey. We're now in stoppage time at the close of the first half. This is Carmody's delivery. Inside it goes. Well held also. Superbly blocked down. That's Tony Dunn of Adair. Now it's Barry Foley of Patrick Swell. In turn to Edward Geary. So the entire full forward can score the first half, and he too finds the range. A first point in the match by Edward Geary, and it comes in additional time at the close of the opening 30 minutes. Up towards Brian Foley, goes inside. This is Brian Foley of Adair, just loses possession momentarily, as keeping pace with him is Pat Harold's. This is Brian Foley striking it in dangerously towards the goal. It's in the goal. Will it count? It's a free out, says the referee. It was odds on that it would be a free out. Fine puck out as well. Is it going to help Adair? Not if this player has his way. That's Declan O'Grady. Now it's towards Anthony Carmody, who's finding acres of room around midfield. Towards the full forward, who's Gary Kirby, turns and strikes, and Gary Kirby is very much on song in Bruff. And Adair's full back trying to gather, but not able to cope. John Foley was there. It's there for Patrick Swell, and this is Barry Foley, also in possession. Is Eamon Fitzgerald. Now it's Gary Kirby. Kirby turning and striking. It's looking good. Little doubt about it. Everything Gary Kirby has struck has sailed over the crossbar. He has missed simply nothing tonight. And Adair have yet to score in this second period. Kept in there by the wing. That's Paul Carey towards his brother, Kieran. Brian Foley. Tony O'Brien for once lets it go through him. This is Shane Fitzgibbon, turns and strikes it. The first point of the second half, and it falls to the man that chipped in with 2 points in the first half. He now has a hat-trick of scores. Won by Kieran Carey. Now it's Gary Kirby to Kieran Carey. Now outside. Oh, it's all so simple for Patrickswell, and now Barry Foley, and no mistake about it. Patrickswell are looking good for a county final appearance. Dare one say it, 12 minutes before the end. Straight across, good vision, or was it just a piece of luck that it always fell to Gary Kirby? Now it's Kevin Carey. Carey placed inside, may run out of space, it's close to the sideline. It should be easy, and that's surely to seal it for Patrickswell. Edward Geary crashes it home. It was a simple task in the end, a little bit like a smash in tennis as Kevin Carey played it across the goal, over the head of the fullback Brian Costro, and waiting in the wings, pardon the pun, was Edward Geary. It would be the greatest comeback of all time if it dared to win this. Somehow I don't think it's going to happen in Bruff tonight. Light may be fading, but the brighter team are certainly Patrickswell, and why not, with players like this emerging. Paul Carey. Outside he had Barry Foley waiting the wings. Now Gary Kirby restored it full forward with Brian Costello still with him. This is Gary Kirby rounding and going through and winning the free. He may take it quickly, it's on the 20-metre line. Instead he says, I'll slow it down and slot it over the crossbar. Gary Kirby going for the goal, and he finds it as well. Well, that really copper fastens. A great display. Gary Kirby, what a player. From the 20-metre line, he blasted it past 5 players in the Adair goal. This is Gary Kirby striking it in. Gary Kirby strikes it straight over the crossbar once again. The star of the show, Patrickswell full forward. Tony O'Brien with the free, that's it, it's all over, and the most convincing of winners are Patrickswell to advance to Limerick Senior Hurling Final of 97, and a final scoreline of Patrickswell 2 goals and 20 points, Adair 1 goal and 5 points.
In next week's programme we focus heavily on the club championships throughout the province.